Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Thapelo, aka Thappies Mhlanga, and welcome back to episode number 4. This week we're shooting episode number 4 of TrackInsider ZA. And I would like to apologize for my disappearance last week, but actually let my host introduce himself, and he is...
Ladies and G's, boys and G's, it's the forbidden son of athletics, KaraboJ. We're back with another episode of TrackInsider ZA. Welcome to another episode. This episode is something we thought well of. I said it last week. He was not here. I was there.
I don't say it like that. The way you say it.
But
I was not there. It's like nothing. It's like you wanna blame me.
No, I'm not blaming you.
I was busy, unfortunately. And me being busy unfortunately led to me not being able to shoot the episode. But I am back, and I'd like to send my apologies, and I hope everybody did enjoy the episode of last week. So yeah, we are back for episode number 4, and we hope that you guys have been waiting for this episode, and we have a lot to talk about. You know, there's a lot that happened over the weekend and over the week.
But
we're not really gonna touch that much on that this week, actually. You know,
Today we have a special episode, and it's not a really special episode. It's one of the episodes, or rather, these are the type of episodes we are going to have on the TrackInsider ZA, where we are going to talk about what is, being feared to talk about in the track community in athletics. These topics are some things that we are not afraid of talking about. We are going to talk about them. We need your opinion as well, so please do comment down below whatever your opinion is about this. Which is, I said it last week, women in athletics, and what we generally think about this. When we hear women in athletics, what we generally think about this. And we went out to the public, Facebook, Instagram. We said, please send us your opinions of
what you think about women in athletics. So actually, it was posted on Instagram and on Facebook and on WhatsApp. So everybody that actually do have us on their social medias had the opportunity to be able to put their what their opinion is in the comments, and then we are going to be mentioning it today. We want to talk about women in athletics because I think this is my personal opinion that women are not seen enough in the sport, and I don't think it's just in athletics in general, but in all kinds of sports. And I think that is something that we would definitely like to work on, and something we would like to change on in the future, because I think women do definitely deserve the recognition. They work hard, they train hard, they do everything so hard out there, and I think for them to get such recognition would really be a good thing. And I'm really hoping we can work on changing that in as time goes on.
This is a step forward.
This is literally like a step, like Rahata. No,
we need to speak about these things. If not us, who? And this is why there's the TrackInsider ZA.
Yeah,
only we can do this. Not only we can do this, but we are not afraid of taking the step.
Definitely.
I think we are not afraid of taking the
There's so much women actually that we would love to have on the show in the future. So we are hoping that we can
We're supposed to have a woman. Unfortunately, she's asking about textbooks. We are asking about an episode. It's so unfortunate. We were supposed to have is also unavailable.
Unfortunately, unavailable. Yeah.
We wanted to have a woman for this episode. I also DM'd a woman, who's really active about this topic. But there will be more. There will be a part 2. There will be a part 3. There will be a part 4, because we will also learn going forward. Going into this, and then we'll have more information. And this is why. These topics are things that you don't just talk about once and forget them. Yeah,
so it's definitely something that you have to keep
so many times,
bringing up the whole time, so that we can know what's the progress also of what we're talking about, and we get to know what we have learned, and hope that, as the people, you learn more, and that you would want to see more as...
And educate us as well.
And educate us also as, women are making this much in the sport, because I think we are educated in terms of what's going on the guy's side, so I think having a woman point of view where she could tell us, like, okay, this is what's going on, this is how it is for us, and it's hard in terms of this, and this is how we can make it better. It's something, a movement we could start to try and make women feel more appreciated in the sport, actually, so that they can feel like, because we are watching them. There are women that are performing quite amazing out there, We have the Shanae Miliwibos who are doing.
True.
I think in 2019 she inspired me so much. Her 200 that she ran, a 21:72. There's still a 200 that I watched today. I have it saved actually on my YouTube videos, and I think each and every time before a race, some of my races, I actually watch that race over and over again because it inspires me so much that she worked so hard. She was running such good times at that point. So it's such things that inspires us, and it's such things that I want the people to know about, that women are actually working that hard out there.
Shout out to her, by the way. She just recently ran a 22.03.
Yeah,
a world lead in the 200 meters outdoors. She's doing amazing. We structure every episode, and we basically look at what we want to focus on each episode, and that way we can have a more structured episode. So with today, like I sent you, we number one, look at how the progression of women events in athletics came through. For me, while I was doing my research last year and this year, part of this year, I saw that in athletics it took so much time for women events to be there at world championships level, Olympics level. Still today there are probably events they could do for women at
that
Olympics,
they aren't
world
doing
champs
it,
that they are not, and we're not saying do them now, but we are looking at
opening up into exposing women more into those specific parts, that they can also have like a broad field choice, where they could choose from. We don't want to limit them and say that they don't have this, because I think women are quite strong. They're very, very strong, and we really want to show them that they are empowered and they can literally do what they want to achieve. So we would really like to go with women on the journey and show them that we too also believe in what they believe in, and that they definitely deserve it.
Sure. One thing which I saw is the distance. Some distances are shorter for women. For some events, I don't know why. I don't know. For instance, there's the 90-meter hurdles for women at a certain age, and there's 100-meter hurdles for senior women. Whereas for men, there's 110-meter hurdles. 110 meters.
Why
is there a difference? Maybe through time we will get women who will run 110-meter hurdles. The cross-country distances as well. I think someone asked last year on social media, was like, when are we going to have the topic where we discuss women running the same distances
as men
in cross-country? I was like, actually, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let's work towards finding that balance. Because I believe women are also believing that they're equal as men.
As they can run equal distances as men the whole time.
Sure. Let's work on that, and let's push on that. Let's try getting progress on those things, and I think athletics, obviously sports, every sport in the world, I think it started off, it was male dominated, and
then slowly goes down.
We come from with history. Males were probably the only people participating in
sports. At the beginning, there was like literally no female participation at first.
Exactly. There are even some places where women are not allowed to take part in different sports.
So in different countries and stuff like that.
Through time, as sports progressed, it got to the place that it is. But we should also understand that it comes from that place where
there was literally male dominance.
There was no opinion or space
anything
for women
in the sports. And I think we also have to consider at that time, nothing would actually change just in a heartbeat. So you can't just start out there and then in a blink of an eye just go, we are changing everything and women are going to follow everything, and then suddenly that all changes. There is something that happens slowly, and as you can see from back in the day until now, it is something that was being built upon. A lot of women had to fight for their rights and fight for equality for them to get there, and we give a shout out to that woman for everything that they did. So definitely, even now, some of the stuff that haven't changed, it still is going to take time, for it to get there, but we would definitely like to raise the awareness for people in sports and out of sports, that, for them to know what is going on and what women are fighting for. There's a lot that women are fighting for that we actually don't even know about, like ariti completely. We completely do not know that women are fighting for this out there, and you know, we would definitely like to know and hear from different opinions from people, for them to tell us, okay, this is what's being fought for in you know, in the world of sports and just in the world in general, so that, you know, we can make it aware to other people that, okay, wait again, women are fighting like this is what's happening, and this is how we can actually help them out for them to reach their goal.
The second major point or topic is focusing on these major things that are happening and people are talking about, or rather people are talking about in their own corners, right?
Yeah.
Which is less media attention for women, less support from sport apparel brands or sport brands, less hype for women events, you know, less equality in payment, and even inequality and the scientific sense of athletics rules and regulations and what goes on. When we touch on the less media attention, we are also part of the media world.
No lie, we are,
And I've looked at
what
I cannot confidently say we represent women more than any other media company or media house or whatever, because we are we really doing it
on an honest note?
Are women feeling like we're doing it?
On an honest note, I'm not even going to say women. Let's talk about it from Ilinalwena. When you speak about it Ilinalwena, I feel like, yes, we have spoken about what women are doing in athletics, but we have looked at what males are doing more. I think it's because as Renarli too, well, let me not say as Renarli too, but then, okay, let me say as Renarli too. We understand more of what's going on in the male section of what's a good time for them to run. When they run the specific time, we know they're performing. When they do this, we know that they're not performing. And with women, we do know, but we're not as strong. How should I put this? We don't know
probably women performances
as good as we know men. So we talk about them, but not enough. I feel like it's not enough. I think we should really talk about women more on our show, so that we can make them feel like, you know, they are heard and that they are understood. You know,
and also do it for a young girl out there looking at us, and will have more information
on what's going on, where's the and how hard they're working. So definitely, I think it is something that we should touch more on. We should definitely speak about women, and I'm really looking forward. I think this being the first episode shows, should I say, positivity, you know, that we are heading in the right direction and what we want to do for women, and we hope the women out there would appreciate it and spread the word also. And also that they tell us in their comments, like, you know what, this is how we feel about the sport, this is what's going on for me, what, and the more they're gonna tell us their comments, even guys out there should tell us what they think about women in the sport, so that, you know, we can bring it out to the people and raise, you know, just these issues and be like, okay, you know what, women, and that being the struggle, this is how we think could make it better for them. So we are really actually hoping you guys will get into the comments. And isn't getting into the comments, if you can't comment on YouTube, you can definitely comment on the post that we posted recently in this past week on my Instagram. Go Thapelo _Mhlanga. You can post your comments over there about it, and next week we can definitely talk about it on the show also. It will be there on Facebook and on Instagram, and you can also hit it up on KaraboJ.
I don't think next week will be the week we release part 2.
Part 2, we're gonna give it time. We're gonna give it time to gather more information, but yes, because we definitely still have to continue with the show, and, you know, and everything else, but then we definitely want to introduce this into the show, and, you know, that the people actually like it.
Touching again on media, when we talk about social media, let me be honest, in this world or in the sport of athletics, I am confident that male athletes have more followers than female athletes.
That is true. You're not lying, it is true.
A male who's the 100-meter world champion and a female who's the 100-meter world champion are not getting the same media attention.
Because it's looked at more. Let's talk about now we're talking, Let's talk about, let's say, if we had world championships. Then there's the women 100-meter final, then there's the men 100-meter final. I think the men 100-meter final, by Sheba more, it is more.
It's more anticipated.
It's more anticipated. It's that race because it'll be the fastest man on the planet. It'll literally be the race where you run that race and you win and you are the world champion. You will be named, you are now the fastest man on the planet. Whatever, you understand? That's what happens. And with women, it's not really seen as much as what it is as the main one, because I don't know why. Actually, I think that is the topic of why is it that way, because I think it's something that I've asked myself for a very long time, for over the years. I think a sport that is almost equal, I don't know if I should say it's equal, but almost equal, is tennis. Exactly, yeah. Tennis, okay, I know tennis is definitely not it's not our genre of sport, but then we can definitely go on to other sports and talk about the equality there and how it's not equal. But I think tennis is one sport where the women are fighting, but then now comes the question of, is it because women are on that elite level, that they play on such elite level that they can be recognized, or what are the women in tennis doing so different that the other women in different sports are not doing that? Tennis is recognized, because we all know this, the Serena Williams, Japan. I said Japan.
Naomi Osaka.
No, Naomi Osaka. Like, you understand, those names. Those are the two names that I know, but there are more tennis players that I know, that I see. I at least know 2 females in tennis. I don't know 0 names in men. In male, I don't know the male names. You understand? So even worse in tennis, in my point of view, I feel like I see women more in tennis than I see male. And in tennis, it's always been that thing when, for me, tennis is played, I always watch the woman more than the male, because I've just always had interest, because Serena Williams has been a woman that has, been pushing such a high name in the sport. And, also in athletics, we're also speaking about women. We can't leave out Caster Semenya, which is a very touching topic in South Africa. But we will get there. We will get there. Let's continue.
Another part of the media world, a recent event in SA Invitational, the men's 200 was more focused on, the build-up was more focused on than any other women's race. You Wenda now went 56.16. I spoke about it last week. She goes 55, she qualifies for the Olympic, but nobody sees that.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's a 17-year-old Beatrice Masilinga who ran at 22.7. 17-year-old female from Namibia. Imagine the future she has.
She has, yeah. In the world of athletics that nobody mentioned. Because honestly talking about it,
I didn't even know that she was coming to race in South Africa. But I knew Isaac Makwala was coming. I knew Anna Sojo is coming back home.
Talking about that, actually, now,
what's up with this man?
It's nothing. Okay, it's okay.
Hey Joe,
okay, I'm so sorry about that. I know we're busy shooting, but they didn't happen. Oh my gosh, you didn't see it. I saw it. I'm talking about it. I think what makes me wonder, is there's a lot of questions in the sense of, don't you think it's because in the 200 there was the world champion, there was Anaso Jobodwana who actually has a silver. It's a silver, right? Is it a silver or bronze?
Yeah, silver, 2015.
2015 by the World Championships. And even in that World Champs, I don't know if you remember, it's when he ran right next to, I think it was a bronze. Yeah, I think it's when he ran right next to Bolt by the same as by the heats. Yeah. And they actually looked at each other. Yeah. And the Gressa too. So, Andy de Gressa was second by that chance. But then, I want to know, isn't it, the 200 meter, wasn't it more spoken about because of the lineup that it had in males? You understand, it had the world champion, it had Azamak Makwala, who's an internationally known brand.
Sure.
And also Jobodwan, who also medaled at the world championships. You understand, it has so many names that are making it on international stage, where people can actually, when you say the name, you can actually recognize it. With the females, I wouldn't say there was that much of international names, but then, so now that's the question of, is that the reason why it was not as much as is that the reason Basa Buakayona a lot? There's definitely those kind of questions that come up, but then I think they should definitely speak more about it, because the more we're going to speak about women in the sports and the women are going to know that we recognize them, it's the harder they're going to work, and the harder you work is, definitely the more you're going to make it out there. So I think, to me, it'll be the question of, was the 200 meter actually more spoken about because of the lineup that was there.
Let's do it. I'm calling out all the media channels, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, Facebook, whatever social media platform that you use to express athletics or to promote athletics. Let's promote our women more, our women events more.
Yeah, let's put them out there. Let them get the recognition that they deserve.
Because also another opinion that came through, another from one person we trained with. Honestly, we won't disclose
their names,
any personal details.
For
this video, because people are effed up. He said also a recent event that takes place, or rather recent events, invitational events that take place, male events like the 5,000, the 800 were more anticipated than the women's. And actually, when people were watching those events, they said when the female events came through, they were like, you know what, I'm out, I'm taking a break.
Yeah,
they came back when the males were running. So also I think it also goes back to probably race organizers or race promoters. Let us get more women in our lineups. Let us focus on more women competition in our lineups, because in the Njerakat Invitational, there was Tadunare of Ethiopia running really well. Could have called probably somebody in her range or in her type of
league,
fitness,
in her league,
that somebody that can really give her the competition. Maybe she could have pushed for sub 410. Wabon, definitely we should focus more on that. So I'm calling you out, your track stars, your backtracks,
everything,
your Total Running Productions International. We are calling you, your World Athletics, whatever
to make it more recognized for women. Those people are working very hard. I think they also train as much as any men do. They work in the gym, they wake up in the morning, they do their jogs, they go to the afternoon training. So I think they definitely need to be given the recognition that they're working very hard.
And don't get this wrong, we're not saying you're not doing anything, we're not saying you're not posting women, but let's really check ourselves. Are we really posting women as much as we're posting men?
I think that's a question. That's a question that we should be asking.
That's what we are fighting for. Let's find the balance in that. Moving forward, women not getting support from brands, like when pregnant, and after pregnancy, because this happened to Allyson Felix, the most decorated Olympic and world champion athlete
of your. Allyson Felix is quite an amazing athlete, and
6-time Olympic gold medalist, 11-time world champ.
Oh my goodness, 11-time world champ.
Is that well said? Then something said about males.
Because I don't think I think when you are an athlete, and you are in athletics, you will definitely know about Allyson Felix and everything that she has done in the sport. But then there are people that are, let's say, they're not in the sport, but then they know about certain male athletes. But then they wouldn't just easily know about Allyson Felix because then they're not in the sport. So what we want to do, we actually want to create a platform for them out there, or hope that people can actually create a platform where women are recognized out there that this is a hard worker. She has achieved this much in the sport, as she works hard, she trains hard, and give her the recognition that she deserves. There are a lot of women that out there that are not getting the recognition that they deserve, that they should actually be getting. So
so the company refused to include protection that would safeguard her from pay cuts. If her performance in the months after giving birth wasn't up to her usual standards or her usual speed. So meaning the company that she was with at the time was sponsored by, which is Nike, they refused to include protection because I think she was renewing the contract. Actually, she had to renew the contract late 2017, and then they actually wanted to give her 70% less of what they gave her the previous time.
Goodness, that is a lot.
She was okay with it. Because she wasn't really focused on the running or on the money. She wasn't really focused on the money. She was like, okay, but can you guys give me protection that even after, or when I'm pregnant, after giving birth, I have protection from not getting any pay cuts? They were like, definitely not. But I am happy that this went out to the public. A lot of brands came to the table and said, yo, let's provide our women
with this.
And Nike also changed that policy in 2019. They were like, okay, you know what, we're also changing our policy. But did it really have to take someone not getting anything
for them to recognize, to be like, you know what, this is actually a bad move.
Other brands, as big as Nike is, did it take other brands
to stand up first for them to see you know what?
Okay, we also need to move
and you need to think about this, né? Sure. Think about how strong women are. The fact that a woman can be in a specific sport, né? You know, go through 9 months of carrying a baby, giving birth, starting to train and coming back into the sport and still competing on the level that they were on or better. You know, I think a lot of not even just commentators, but then a lot of people start to judge women when they come back from giving birth and they say, she's not performing as well as she did in the beginning or whatever. I think that is something that men should get straight, because we can't judge women on saying that they're not performing as well as they did before birth. We do not know how it feels to carry a baby for 9 months. That is, for me, I feel like to be able to carry another human being for 9 months and still be able to take care of them, come back onto the sport and compete again on an international level, that is something else. That is strong, and I don't think just any kind of male person will be able to do that. So we really need to stand up for our women out here.
And most importantly, this is what she said. Athletes are told to shut up and play. Our politics don't really matter. That's what she says. I'm gonna leave it as powerful as that is. Because it can't be better than that. Let it sink in wherever you are. I think we are going to extend the episode to maybe 40 minutes.
Yes, we have to.
Another one is the way women dress. Maybe it's just something personal that I feel. But like I said, we are the hosts of this show, and we are not afraid of personalizing some opinions in this show, because
and we definitely are going to have different opinions. So I definitely want to hear his opinion on this one, and I want to hear if I'm going to agree with it or not.
Maybe it's how I was raised, where I come from, and the person that I am. I just don't understand how women are expected to wear a woman wear when competing. I literally feel like that no, it's not even shorts.
It's a bikini. But what should I say?
Exactly. When I see it, I just see an underwear. Would a male compete wearing a V underwear?
You know, I love this topic. I love that we are way into this, because
the crop tops, the shorts, man.
Okay, cool. You know what? I'm gonna defend women on this part.
Let me
let my brother finish his opinion.
It's really puzzling me. Do women really want to wear this way? Do they have a choice?
Okay, cool.
Do they have a choice? Because remember, when you are young and get into athletics, you are only seeing this as right. As much as it is wrong to you and the way you grew up and what you believe in and your culture and whatever, as much as it's wrong to wear in a certain way, but because the athletics world is seeing this as right, you in some way see it as right as well.
Okay, this is a very interesting touch. I think that we actually touch on right now, right?
Sure.
I think women in athletics who compete and dress the way they want, they definitely have the choice. We have women at World Championships who do run in that, and I feel like they choose that because they're comfortable.
Sure.
They can definitely
as
compete.
Long as they're comfortable, that's
they can compete in whatever they want to, as long as the sport allows them to compete in it. So I think there's sports bras for a reason. Even those, women who compete in those, that means they are comfortable in that. I think
the longer tights.
No. I get the
underwear.
The running underwear, right? I think it's the same as men competing in tights, right? I'm gonna bring that topic up, because women. If women can't compete in running underwear, why do men get the right to compete in running tights? Because in women competing in running underwear, why? Okay, you tell me the reason why you think it's not appropriate for them to compete in that, and I'll give a reason
like
for
I said, it's
what's
maybe,
inappropriate for women
from
giving
where
touch.
I come from, you cannot expose, or maybe what I've learned, my culture, my way of life is, to some extent, you cannot expose so much of your body. You know, some people find it right and some people are comfortable. It's okay. That's why I'm saying it's me.
That is you. Yes, that is your opinion. But I want us to touch so much on your opinion, because don't you think men are exposing a lot by running in tights? Because you cannot lie to me and tell me, Guti, you do not see, I don't know how I'm going to call this, that you do not see the private part of a man when they compete in tights. Because you can definitely see that. And I'm not going to fight against it. I'm standing up for women in this because I am a guy that competes and trains in tights. I compete and train in tights. So for me, I am like, you can see my privates, right? You can see what is going on, and I feel comfortable in training in a tights because that is something where I am free and I can run as I please, because that's where I'm comfortable. So me being comfortable to run in tights, that gives a woman the full comfortability to train in her underwear. We as guys, when we are training at the stadium, we train without shirts. You're wearing just the tight. It shows your private. That's even worse. That is even.
We will speak about. I think maybe in part 2 or part 3, because there was a debate as well in the running world where there's some coaches see it wrong when women wear their sports bra take off their shirts at training. But when men do that, take off the chain, it's all right. You understand? So that is what I will fight for women. We cannot say that us as guys are allowed to just compete in tights, and then when you go to training you take your shirt off. You just in tights. There's nothing trying to hide there. You can literally just see the privates of a guy. So what takes away the right for a woman to wear sports bra underneath my tight? My tight is like a half tight. Like
I know we don't all wear underwear.
You guys know
it's not everybody wears underwear underneath their tights. Not everybody.
That's optional.
Exactly. It's optional for women to also wear the running long tights, or for them to wear the underwear. Then that's optional. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I'm understanding you. Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Let's also move.
Let's also continue from that.
Because now we're at 32 minutes.
Talking
about this, raising awareness. It's just I think we sort of don't have the expertise and the proper knowledge to really talk about this. But I think we can raise awareness of maybe men in higher positions who take advantage of female athletes. You know, in terms of sexual harassing them, abusing our women, at all levels at which they feel like they're higher than them, or even lower than women. But this is a problem that's not only in our sport, but let's also raise awareness in our sport that it happens that our, you know, maybe coaches, physios, managers take advantage of our young women, our young girls, not even young women, all type of girls and women in the world.
In this world,
and in our sport, you know, let's stop it. It's not okay on not any level. Definitely, you are an animal if you're doing it. You should be called out. Please speak. If more than anything, I think we are available for anybody who's willing to speak, and even if it means calling us privately, because I do believe in our social media accounts, I have my number there, my personal number, and if it means me taking up on that case, I will do it. So I'm raising awareness as men as well. Let's also take our part in giving our women the opportunities and the space to have freedom of speaking.
And being heard.
Sure. Like I said, we are not experts on this topic, and I think once we go deeper on it, it's a very sensitive one. We might say some things that are offensive to some people, I think we don't want
to do that. We don't want to offend anybody, for anybody to feel offended by what we say or what we have said, actually.
So we just want to raise awareness on this issue and say, listen, let's stop it. Probably a topic for another day as well, where we have maybe an expert or something, somebody who has experience here and there. We are definitely willing. Okay, now I dealt with the scientific part of things. Like I said, when women are treated unfairly in the scientific side of things. We're also not going to dwell on this because we also don't have time. But the rule that was passed on by IAAF or World Athletics, the council approved the rule, and it was in effect from the 1st of November 2018, that women having more testosterone levels is a problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a new eligibility rule or regulation for women classification, for female classification. Athletes, it says athletes with differences of sexual development who partake in the 400 meters hurdles races, 800 meters, 1500 meters, and 1 mile races, and combined events over the same distances. Okay, this thing is not explaining, but I just read something that also confuses me. This regulation requires DSD female athletes who have testosterone levels of more than 5, is it 5? Yeah, 5 nanomoles per liters, who is androgen sensitive or above, to reduce to a level below 5 continuously, whether in or out of competition, to remain eligible. Okay, so let me put it this way. If you understood that statement, it's okay. Let me put it.
If you do not understand, he's about to explain.
Women who are born with natural testosterone levels which are at 5 nanomoles per liter or above should decrease their testosterone levels to less than 5 nanomoles per liter by taking medication. We're not going to dwell much on it. We will have an episode on it. Basically women should tamper with their body in or out of competition as long as they want to be eligible to compete. In or out of competition. The IAAF passed on this rule from the 1st of November 2018. One thing I've asked myself, if a male is born with hypogonadism or Klinefelter syndrome, which is when a male has less testosterone levels than the average male or the required male testosterone levels, should they inject themselves with more testosterone to level the other males?
Because that would be unfair. That would actually be in the sport that would be seen as use of steroids. That you are actually boosting your testosterone levels on
you're basically
such
enhancing
levels.
your performance.
Yeah, you definitely are enhancing. So what I think is that is a topic that should be spoken about, because actually one of the things that are out there being spoken about, being spoken about is that it's also a factor on Caster. That is actually basically what we're talking about right now. Is that on her level, on her competing on such a level, the world athletics kind of tells her for her to compete in the 800 meters, she should take medication that will suppress or reduce her testosterone levels, which is actually totally unfair that I see that the world wants to do that, because she did not choose to be born that way. She was naturally born that way, and she is not the only athlete that actually is like that out there, So I think it's quite unfair for athletics, for world athletics to be actually doing that to her. So that is something that we want to raise awareness, because I think people do definitely recognize it and people do speak about it. But then the question is, do we speak about it enough?
Some people who knew this, they wouldn't really know the exact levels of testosterone and whatnot, the details I've just mentioned. Some people probably wouldn't know that. But we will come back. We will have a special episode where we talk about this case. And other.
And I think definitely whenever we're gonna talk about this case next time, we would love to have a female here, and I believe we actually will have. Let's say it like this: for our second episode, we will definitely have a female here to give us better view on everything that's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to conclude in this way. Ask ourselves, or ask you as well, what is being done? The last thing. I'm sorry, you almost missed this. I know that athletics, track and field athletes or whatever athletes don't generally disclose their payments or figures they get from their different brands and different sponsors and whatnot. But I honestly think there's inequality in that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there is.
Yeah.
Because like I said, be it a 100-meter athlete who's the world champ, 100-meter woman athlete, world champ. Are they getting the same amount of money from the different brands?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, but one thing now, we don't want...
From World Athletics, yes. From IOC, yes. But we don't want to make assumptions. That's the other thing. Eh?
Yeah.
But it's something that was in my mind. And as athletes, I think we will move to a part or an age where we disclose the figures of athletes and how much they earn and this and this. And maybe that's when athletes will come out and say, you have been being robbed.
Yeah. And one thing, we don't want to say this now, that you must now go compare yourself to Wade. Don't go and say, me and Wade are from the same country. He's getting paid as much. And you must remember, some athletes, you know, because you are a world champion and you are a world record, you're going to get paid more. So we want to also make it like, you know, we don't want to take someone who's on this level and someone on this level and try to compare the two. We definitely going to take people on the same level and say, if you reach a certain level where you are a world champion as a guy or a world champion as a woman, that your figures should actually be round about the same. In soccer also, in all different sports, that, you know, women deserve to definitely get paid more than what they are getting paid out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I say, what is being done, what should be done, and what are we doing?
Yeah. What are we gonna do? That's gonna be the difference.
Women in our communities being empowered. Our women, you know, in our communities being taken care of. Our athletes, you know.
Yeah.
Those are the questions you and I need to be asking ourselves.
Yeah.
Who and what should address these issues? Definitely, we know that. For me, I've said to myself, I will take an effort to email the right people, to contact the right people.
Yeah.
You know, in our federation, to make some situations better. Something we spoke about.
Something we spoke about the show. Yeah.
Because there's definitely something we need to deal with. In the description box below, there will be a petition for Caster Semenya, which was made by Lux. Let's sign the petition and show support for our women. And not only in that, I think this channel will also provide opportunities for different athletes. If you have a cause as an athlete, if you need support from that
from athletics community,
sure,
we can definitely try and
share us your link. We will post it in the description box for every athlete who watch this or anyone who watches this to support you and support your cause. Athlete of the week. Actually, I have an idea. I have not pitched this idea to my brother yet, but I think we should drop another video during the week, because we were never able to speak about the championships that happened this coming
week.
Up after this video is, I wanted to tell you that we're gonna shoot 2 videos today.
Oh, okay.
The preview of the champs and the previous champs. But anyways, the athlete of the week, since we are in women mode and now feminine side. Sha'Carri Richardson.
Okay.
Like I say, 10:07 in the 100 meters.
Oh
yeah.
Damn!
6th of all time.
Damn, that is 10:07. That is hella fast.
You know, last year she ran 10:75. This year she runs 10:70.
10:07. You said
no, man, 10:70. Yo,
I was gonna be like 10:0. I was like,
that's the world record.
I was like, that's a new world record.
Excuse me.
That's a new and
10:70. Last year she ran 10:70.
Wait, is this the girl that ran 10:75 by the NCAA? Yeah, I remember she was on fire. 2019.
It was a freshman year. This year she went pro 10:70.
Damn, I
6th
remember.
of all time at the 2021 Miramar Invitational. What a meeting it was, what a race it was. Ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap this up. Ladies and G's, boys and G's, it's the forbidden son of athletics, KaraboJ. It's not for us. We're not having these conversations for us. We're not having this topic for us. But it's for us. I'm talking about the athletics community. I'm not. The first us was me and you.
Oh, me and you.
It's not for our own benefit. It's not.
It's definitely for the athletics community, so that people can know this channel
to be the biggest channel in South African athletics. It's not for this show to be the best track and field show in the whole world, as much as it is. But
don't come up here.
Let's raise awareness of these issues. Let's address these issues. Like the brand that I stand for and what I stand for us, by us. My name is KaraboJ, the forbidden son of athletics. You are. Emuna, stop looking.
I'm so sorry. Nah, why is he staring so rudely? Why is he staring so rudely?
You have to.
Okay, and I am Thapelo Mhlanga, aka Thappies, and we are out here with this week's show. Please, thank you very much for tuning into the show. We are here with Track Insiders, and we say thank you.
We love you all.
And
Goodbye.
We salute you guys and say we love. I say